Cancel.
Schweezy.
From Consequent Sound, Lil Nas X pauses Atlanta concert to take a mean shit. Ooh.
That's rough, buddy.
When it comes to a Lil Nas X performance, you have to prepare for the unexpected. The advice can also extend to the rapper himself, who was forced to pause his Atlanta show earlier this week to take a mean shit. As we saw in our recap of Lil Nas X's first night at Radio City Music Hall, the Long Live Montero tour consists of 3 acts, giving the performers a brief break between each as the curtains close. Evidently, Lil Nas X took that as his opportunity to answer nature's call. I'm backstage, and this is not a part of the show, but I'm taking a mean shit. He told the audience once the venues... over the venue speakers, I'm gonna be like a minute or two and I'll be right back. If you ask us, the music biz could always use a little more transparency, and some fans look to Twitter to express their admiration for Lil Nas X and the noble honesty. He is so real for this, one user wrote. Luckily for the rapper, considering the number of costume changes in the show, removing his pants probably didn't pose any major hindrances. See a clip of the moment below. The Long Live Montero tour continues through November, and you can grab tickets at the remaining dates at Ticketmaster. He also recently had the honor of being turned into a wax figure at Madame Tussauds, and last week he shared the song Star Walkin', the official 2022 League of Legends World Championship anthem. Why is Lil Nas X playing the Virgin soundtrack? But also, I also want to say, Lil Nas X was at, he played in Nashville, I think it was on Sunday? Yesterday for me. The previous Sunday was, what day? October 2nd. No, August 2nd, October 2nd. The same night Elton John played in Nashville too. Gotta say, it's a pretty gay night in Nashville. Anyways, though, I'm kind of curious because at first I was like, okay, if a turtle was coming out of my asshole and I needed to stop playing music. And it was basically an emergency at this point for him. Like, it had to be an emergency. Basically, I'd be like, hey, drummer, do a drum solo for a couple minutes, and when I come back, then you can stop, or whatever, something like that. Can you do that? I just have the drummer do something like that. That's how I would do it. But he seems to have, like, a more structured show from what it's looking like. It looks like he has 3 acts and does, like, different costume changes and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's stuff like that. But, this shit happens. Like, sometimes you just fucking you get diarrhea and you just gotta take a mean, like as he says, a mean shit. And so, speaking of which, like, you just kind of have to know what to do in like situations that don't really match out. Like, what are we gonna do now? Like, a guitar string broke. What would you do? You swap out guitars, maybe, get a new one, have them change strings, come back. It's all that stuff. Like, that stuff just happens. And shit. Sometimes a brown turtle is trying to come out of your asshole, and you do it. Did they say what happened in like a minute or two? Was it just silence for like a couple minutes? Because I would have been like, hey, drummer, you want to play a drum solo, or does the rest of the band want to play shit? That's what I would have done. But sometimes things aren't as like easy. But usually, like, you could be like, hey, the drummer, can you just do a drum solo for a couple minutes until I come back? I gotta take a mean shit. And they'll be like, okay, I'll do that. And they just do a drum solo, just dicking around or whatever. And they come back, and so it's all cool. So, and they're like, I love the transparency in music. I'm like, I mean, when you're in music, you just expect shit to fucking happen, like, on stage, You just expect things to happen on stage, and you just gotta hope for the best. Always expect something bad could happen, and determine what are you going to do from there. It's just that. Most musicians know this. Lil Nas X knows this, and he's being real. He's like, and I saw this on TikTok. He gets the joke. It's always bad when people are like, oh, I'm so embarrassed I had to take a fucking shit during my set. Like, no one cares. Just, you figure that shit out and you move on from it. It's all fun and games. I guess it's all fun and games or stuff like that. Hey there, you just checked out a highlight from Cancel Schweezy. Thank you very much. I'm glad that you learned something and that you are now a smarter individual. Just so you know, we have full episodes and other many highlights available now. Click here for the next best thing that you can go check out as well. And make sure you press that subscribe button and press that notification bell. That way you get updated anytime we make a new post or anytime that we make a new highlight or full episode. So thank you, honk if you love butt drugs, and stay awesome.